everybody in the room to Cyberfest. Are we, are we live? All right, everybody, welcome to Cyberfest. We're live, up and running. We're doing a kind of a chill session right now. It's going to be our hangout and draw and make zines with us. So welcome, and let's get started. This is the drawing and zine making hangout of September 12th, this lovely Saturday. I'm going to go through the order of events really quickly, just run down a couple of rules, and then we'll just get to the main session. So first, I'm going to be giving the intro to what ZineFest is all about, the house rules and expectations, go over all of those, and then we'll get to the bulk of this, which is going to be just drawing, hanging out, and making zines. So San Francisco ZineFest was founded in 2001 as a gathering place for artists and writers from all over, but especially from the Bay Area. Typically, it's been held as a one-day event at the County Fair building in Golden Gate Park. Our 2019 festival had 240 exhibitors and over 5,000 attendees, but we couldn't do that this year, obviously, so we're 100% virtual. We got a month of events, 3 weeks of online programming to be precise. It's going to be, or it has been, show and tell, readings, workshops, demos, interviews, and we're going to continue through this week has, backing up here, we have 3 guests of honor. I'm getting so excited to tell you about everything we're doing differently this year. Usually we just have 1 guest of honor at ZineFest, but because we're doing this kind of extra long, extra big online virtual festival, we have the opportunity to have 3, which we're super excited about. They're all amazing artists. This week has been the week that we've highlighted Alex L. Combs, and then our other 2 guests of honor are coming up in weeks 2 and 3, Death P. Sun and Tana Tucker. So yeah, we have Q&As with all of those guests of honor artists and others, and then the show and tells where we can highlight zine makers from all over. The Safer Spaces policy, this is something that we have had always at our in-person fest, so we're of course bringing it online. We're committed to providing a harassment-free experience for everyone, regardless of gender identity or expression, sexual orientation, disability, physical appearance, body size, race, or religion. We will not tolerate harassment at SF ZineFest events in any form. Individuals violating the Safer Spaces policy may be sanctioned or expelled from the space or the event at the discretion of any SF ZineFest organizer. So this means we'll respect people's opinions, beliefs, differing states of being, and differing points of view. Always get explicit verbal consent before taking someone's photo or crossing other personal boundaries. Be responsible for your actions and aware that they may have an effect on others regardless of your original intent. And a safe and respectful community is everyone's responsibility. These are great rules just in general. I should just remind everyone of the guidelines for Zoom. Please keep your video off unless you're presenting. I don't think that's going to be an issue today unless we start having video problems. Keep yourself on mute. Again, I don't think this really applies because we'll be all just chiming in whenever. We'll be moderating the chat, so we can use that as needed to ask any questions or share any links, anything like that. Oh, this slide doesn't really apply so much. But I should say this Zoom session is being recorded and broadcast to Facebook and YouTube Live. So please be respectful, as I know everyone will be. And we're gonna have a good time. So the time has come to make zines. Everybody, let's just hang out and enjoy ourselves and get to know each other and enjoy each other's company as we draw, make zines. This is a very open-ended session. I would like to just go around and do a quick round of introductions. You can just say your name, your pronouns. You could say a little about yourself if you want to. I am Neil. he, him pronouns. I am one of the co-organizers of Zine-Fest, one of the volunteer co-organizers. I'm going to be drawing during this session. I got a little work on my iPad that I intended to do. So I'm excited to see what everybody is all about and comes up with. I'm going to tag the next person to introduce themselves. I see Michaela, so please, Michaela.
Hey, I'm Michaela, there, she pronouns, and I've been co-organizing SF Zine Fest for 3 years, and I help manage the volunteers and the social media and promotion. So super excited to see some familiar faces. And I'll tag the next person, Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Davis, she, her, they, them pronouns. I'm one of the organizers of San Francisco Zine Fest. I make and write comics. And if you see me looking in weird directions, it's because I'm controlling the live stream and there was somebody sneezing in the background. And I'm gonna tag Avi next.
Hi, I'm Avi. I'm also one of the Zine Fest organizers. I make comics and zines, mostly horror comics and sci-fi and just weirdo drawings. That's about it. I look forward to hanging out with everybody, finding out about people that I haven't met and catching up with people that I do know. And I'm gonna tag Debbie next.
Hi, everybody. My name is Debbie. My pronouns are she, her. And I also do draw lots of comics. I draw mostly all ages comics and zines. And I am volunteering here for SF Zine Fest today. I guess next I will tag Anand.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. My name's Anand. No worries, I do that to everyone. My name's Anand, my pronouns are he, him. I'm also one of the organizers of SF Zine Fest. I've been helping with the festival since 2016, I think. Not sure. Anyway, around that time. And I'm joining today because 2 other friends and I made this pact to force ourselves to just draw at least once a week. And we still didn't do that for the past month. So now this week we've decided that whoever doesn't draw has to pay the other 2 $5. So I don't want to lose my $5 or $10 because there are 2 other people. So now I'm finally going to decide I'm going to sit down and draw. I'm going to call on Mary next. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Mary, she, her. I volunteered at Zine Fest for the past couple years. Though I don't make zines, I am an illustrator and writer, so I'm hoping to also force myself to draw today. And thank you for having me.
Mary, looks like you've been muted.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to tag Stelly.
Thank you, Mary. Hi, my name is Stelly. My pronouns are she, her. I live in Menlo Park. I'm new to the San Francisco Zine Fest. I visited last year, but this is my first time exhibiting, so thank you very much. I make zines mostly, some DIY zines. Today I'm working on an emotion card deck. And so every one side says today I feel, and on the back are different emotions. So confused, happy, that sort of thing. So I'm at 35 emotions. I'm trying to get to 52. So I'll be working on some new emotions today. Thanks. And I will tag Rebecca.
Hi, thanks. I'm Rebecca. My pronouns are she, her. I had the chance to exhibit last night and it was awesome. So thanks for having me. I have a zine called All Female Menu, which doesn't feature my own writing and art, but I would like to start doing more work of my own zines. So today I'm just going to be kind of hanging out, maybe experimenting a little bit with some collaging and some kind of mixed hybrid drawing and art media of my own. And I will tag Hope.
Hi, I'm I'm Hope. I use she, her pronouns.
Oh, and I'm Adam. I use he, him pronouns.
We're in Portland. I make zines, and I'm actually presenting later today. I used to live in Oakland, and I attended Zine Fest a few times. And we also host a collage meetup twice a week where people just leave their video on and work on collage, and that's what I'm working on today, some collage pieces.
Sure. So I'm Adam. Did I already say that? I'm a little out of it. Yeah, it's been years and years since I've made zines, and it's nice to be at a Zine Fest, even if it's virtual, and it actually gives me a chance to be part of the San Francisco Zine Fest, which is awesome. Today I'll just be working on collage and maybe thinking about writing another zine eventually. And we'll get tagged someone else.
Yeah, how about Nikki?
Hi, my name's Nikki. I was based in Berkeley, but now I'm in Denver. I'm a zinester. I make a lot of autobio zines and comics poetry zines. But today I'll be working on like some Halloween drawings to make a special little Halloween zine for the first time. And I tag Gaia.
I knew you were gonna tag me. What's up, y'all? Hi, everybody. My name's Gaia. Please use they, them pronouns when referring to me. Just finishing up an MFA in comics from CCA. It's actually how I know Nikki. And last year was my first year presenting at SF Zine Fest. I was so nervous, but it was really good. And I sold a lot of zines last year. And this year I'm working on the first chapter of an epic graphic novel project that I'm trying to put online and self-publish. But today what I'll be drawing is working on a Facebook graphic for a queer healing group that a friend has asked me to create for them. Has Avi gone yet? Okay, no, I can't. Shawnee? May I nominate you to go next?
Yeah, my name is Shawnee. I prefer she, her, and they, them pronouns. And are we just kind of sharing what our work is about?
Yeah, just a brief introduction.
Yeah, yeah, I guess I'm a visual artist. I'm also a writer, and a lot of the zines that I write are about my experiences working in racial and social justice nonprofits and dealing with a lot of the toxicity there. There's a lot of great work, but there's also a lot of healing that needs to happen. And so a lot of my zines kind of speak to my experience with that. And yeah, and then I guess I draw too. Are we drawing in this session?
We are drawing.
Ooh, okay, yeah. So that's exciting. A lot of the work that I've been doing this year has been focused a lot on Yoruba spirituality and traditions. And so maybe something that I would be working on is maybe, I don't know, maybe spend some time with the goddess Oshumare. Has everyone gone, or has anyone not gone?
Let's see. I'm going to tag the next person to introduce. I'll go with Sarah.
And actually, Sarah, before you go, I just wanted to add, if folks who have already gone, can you turn off your video? So that way, who hasn't gone yet?
On and great thinking.
Thanks. Okay. Go ahead, Sarah.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. This is my first time doing the San Francisco Zine Fest. I've been up in Seattle for a while, and I just moved down like last week. So I'm in Oakland now. And I just started the CCA comics degree, so I'm one of the first years. I think today, because I'm feeling sleepy and lethargic, I'm just gonna like finish some drawing that I started a while ago. So I'll just like flip through my sketchbook and do that. A lot of my comics are like sci-fi or about like nature or like science stuff. Sometimes I'll teach like art classes and stuff. I've done some zine workshops back in Seattle. Yeah, that's me. I'm excited to meet all of you. Thank you. Oh, and I use she, they pronouns, please. Thank you. And I nominate, who has their video on? I'll pick someone next to me. Michelle?
Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm actually in Brooklyn right now, and I came online to do this at 1 o'clock Eastern time, and then realized that that was really stupid, and that's probably why nobody was on yet. So I'm back now, and I've done a lot of Zine Fest out here on the East Coast. I'm actually from San Jose, California originally, but I've only done East Coast Zine Fest because I live in New York now. So I'm super excited to be able to do kind of a hometown Zine Fest since you guys are doing it virtual this year. And my original zine that I started out with that I did a couple of iterations was called Haiku and Hoga. And it was what it sounds like, haiku and Hoga pictures. But I've been working more on comics now, which I might work on a little bit today. But actually what I'm working on right now is putting together a zine that kind of came partly out of the work I do, which is disability law, and it's called What's the Alternative? It's about taking the police out of mental crisis response. And so I am putting together a zine about that, which isn't my normal topic, but I saw an amazing talk with some people out in Oregon who have a agency out there called Cahoots, and they do mental health crisis response, and it's just super amazing. So whatever. So I made a zine about it because I thought, you know, what is the alternative to police response, and how can we better help the mentally ill to not end up in a really negative situation when they have a mental health crisis. And my pronouns are she, her.
Oops, I was muted. I'm going to tag the next person here. Leah?
Yael.
Yael.
Hi. My name's Yael. I also went through the CCA MFA in Comics program. There are kind of a lot of us in this session. I make comics and paint and screen print and teach sometimes. And wow, I'm realizing how sleepy I sound now that I'm speaking. This smoke is really slowed me down significantly. So I was just like, ooh, draw for an hour. I can do that. Maybe I'll draw something. I don't have a plan, but I'm excited to just sit and draw and hang out with y'all. Brina, she go next.
Hi guys, I'm Raina. I'm 23 years old. I represent, or I'm the other half of TLC Zines. I don't go to any fancy art schools, so I'm kind of a beginner intermediate artist. I've been making zines for a few years, and right now, I mean, maybe today I'll be working on a zine that I've been thinking about doing called Coronavirus Dates. And I've been in quarantine with my partner, so I've been writing about various like weird dates we've been on during the pandemic. A lot of my work they're mostly comics. Last year I wrote a zine called 26, and it was about a young disabled gay boy that meets his future self. Yeah, a lot of my comics are kind of about being gay, being Latina, being kind of like, you know, having weird experiences. And a lot of my collective zines are only for Black and brown people. So give us a shout out. Oh, sorry, I think I was supposed to tag someone else. I'm going to tag Shane. I don't know if you've gone yet. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Shane. I work under the name Ingrid Mouth, but
I didn't know how to switch my name on here because I'm lazy about tech. I use they them pronouns. I used to do Zine Fest when I lived in Oakland. I haven't been in years. But Abby invited me today, and it's good to meet you all. I make comics and art and writing and video work. I think my longest book was called Overshare Party, and I'm just doodling in my sketchbook today. And I'm on my phone and have no internet, so I'm not very good at messaging. But I'm going to pass it on to Death Sun. Good name. Okay.
Hi, I'm Death Sun. I'm a painter who lives in Fort Bragg, California, but I'm originally from San Diego and I went to school in the Bay Area. And I'm just going to draw today. And I am going to pass it off to Brina Nunez.
I already went, don't worry.
Oh, our
Okay,
names sound hella similar.
in that event, I'm going to keep it moving to Jared. And if you've already gone, please turn your video off for the time being.
Oh, that's a good idea. Hi, I'm Jared. I just make zines and random things. I go as Penguin plus Lion, and I think I've met some of you guys at other Zine Fests, so that's really cool. Recently, I started a little series with my friend where we're making construction details of popular, like pop culture references, like the Batcave. So I started drawing like what the Batcave would be constructed of, like a different concrete and like steel details. I mostly draw like engineering kind of stuff. But yeah, that's me. Today I think I'll just be drawing.
Nice. So Brina, we did skip you, right? I think we got Rena, but you hadn't gone?
Hey. Yeah, no, it's funny because one of my best friends in middle school was also named Reina, so that happens a lot.
Right
Hey y'all. Still waiting for that morning coffee to kick in. I've been making zines since like 2013-ish. They've kind of started out being really abstract and poetry-likey, and a lot of zines about being Central American and making conversations about colorism and anti-Blackness. And yeah, I totally didn't know that this is like gonna be, whatchamacallit, us making zines right now, but I guess I'll get back into something that will become a zine eventually, which is drawing words in Spanish that are rooted in Africanismo, like Africanisms. Because last month was the month of Afro-descendancy in El Salvador. So gonna draw some words, illustrate those words, yeah, in comics. And let's see, I think Trinidad, I don't know if you've gone, I see your camera on.
Hi. I'm right next to you on the little bar thing. I miss you. Hi, everyone. I miss everyone. I wish I could meet folks in person, folks I haven't met yet. I'm Trinidad Escobar, she, her, they. I make horror comics right now, mostly, well, 100% queer horror, and other gothic style stories. I'm working on a series called Little Cornfields, and it's about the ghost stories from a small town in the Bay Area called Milpitas. which is in the South Bay. And I think, was it Michelle, who's also from the South Bay, from San Jose? You might know some of the stories. They're just like local folklore, local legends about murders and ghosts and things like that. And I just felt like, you know, we don't hear too much about that stuff. So it's fascinating to me. And I wanted to do all of that from a queer lens. And today I'm just drawing and printing for SF Zine Fest. Thanks for having me.
Great, thanks Trinidad. So we have, looks like Harry and Kara left. So Harry, please introduce yourself.
Hey, thank you for having me. My name's Harry Nordlinger, he, him. Here in San Francisco, you can see how hazy and gross it is outside, so I'm happy to be inside doing comics. I'm a cartoonist specializing in also horror, specifically existential surreal horror. I got my 2 books, Soft in the Sunshine, which is my personal horror anthology, and Vacuum Decay, which is my multiple cartoonist horror anthology. Today I'm working on issue 2 of this, which actually Avi is going to be in, which is how we started talking about this. And the book is almost entirely done. I just need to work on the credits page, which is what I'll be doing today. Thank you for having me. I miss Zine Fest, so it's fun to be doing this.
Nice. All right, Kara, last but certainly not least.
Hi, my name's Kara. I go by Salty Buns Press recently. This is my first time vending, and I mainly do comics about dealing with mental health, anxiety, ADHD, and also drink and food. I'm presenting later. I think I emailed earlier saying I wasn't, and that was mainly because the smoke was getting to me, but I'm having a better mental health day, so I can present later. And today I'm working on my next embroidery project to do fundraising, hopefully next week.
Excellent. So great to see everybody. This is just an amazing group. So again, we don't really have any kind of a protocol here. Just it's strictly drawing, and if anybody is interested in sharing, please speak up and to tell us what you're working on. Right now I'm drawing a scene of the Stanford campus. And yes, and everyone's welcome to turn their videos back on, which could cause this to come to a screeching halt, but we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it. Your videos back on.
I just wanted to add that we have a lot of folks who are exhibiting this year at Cyberfest who are part of this Zoom meeting right now. We also have our week 2 guest of honor, Death Sun, joining us. I like the raised eyebrow. That was great. I just name dropped. We also have readers, like invited readers such as Brina, and a former guest of honor, Trinidad, is also joining us. And Yael did a screen printing workshop with us, I think a few days ago. I can't remember the days anymore, but yes.
Everyone is so humble, but we will relentlessly promote you.
Yeah, nobody escapes the gaze of promotion.
Oh, actually, right here behind me, I have Trinidad's SF Zine Fest poster from a few years ago. And then over here, I have one of our bags from our last year guest of honor. See, relentless promotion.
This is where I would really love to play some music right now, but we're streaming this live, so we cannot do it because the YouTube powers that be wouldn't like it. But how many people are listening to music. You can just like do the little clap reaction if you want. Oh, we got one raised hand that I see. Yeah, I pipe in tunes all the time when I'm on Zoom. Just keep them low, beats.
Does anybody have some license-free music that they made that we could play? Because isn't that what it is about?
Well, no. I shouldn't have said anything. I don't want to risk it. Because what if somebody says it's license free? How are we going to know? And then YouTube comes in, we get taken off the air. I think it's much safer for everybody to just on a separate channel. But I do Guy, I love the suggestion. I would, but I think we really need to play it safe.
You can always sing to us, Neil.
I could sing, but then everybody will log off immediately.
Is anybody else doing art on their computers right now, which looks like you're just sort of staring at the camera the whole time?
Wow, another CCA alumni. Yeah, this is a CCA group. And so our last couple, Trinidad and Harry, both talking about doing horror comics. I would venture to guess that other people here do horror comics. It seems like we certainly had a lot in one show and tell recently that we had. So it was really cool to see all that going on lately.
Yeah, I know AV also does horror comics, and I think there was one other person who did horror that they said.
I just noticed that Tana recently joined us. And Tana, would you like to tell us? So we did a quick intro with everyone where they shared their names and their pronouns and just telling a little bit about themselves or what they're doing right now as part of this drawing session.
Oh, right on. I'm Tana, she, her, and I'm laying out some pages, partially on my iPad and partially in my sketchpad. So you'll see me also looking up the computer. It's nice to have some company through thumbnail stage.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Again, to continue our trend of guests of honor being very humble, Tana is our week 3 guest of honor for Cyberfest. Rio, you're drawing with so many guests of honor right now, former and current.
Such great company.
And just bring it back to music real quick. If anybody does want to share what music they are listening to in their headphones, you certainly can. I'm actually not listening to anything. I got to stay focused here, stay sharp. Big Thief, all right. Nice. Yeah, I played too much music earlier at my job earlier today. I was playing nothing but avant-garde jazz because there weren't too many customers coming in with the wildfires. So,
What avant-garde jazz? I love that stuff.
Oh well, I mean, it gets there's me too, obviously, but it's not music that that really draws in the crowds, So I tend to play it on days when I know it's going to be slow.
Who are you playing?
Ornette Coleman.
Oh yes, love that.
Idris Akamor, somebody just came out with an album. San Francisco.
Damn, I'll have to look that up. That sounds sick. I've been
Oh,
listening
it's
to
really good.
Toots and the Maytals in honor of Toots
Oh,
Hibbert,
yeah.
who died last night.
Yeah, rest in peace for sure. Yeah. It looks like we got a link that anyone can follow if that's Tunes, correct? If you follow that link. All right. Confirmed. Tunes confirmed. So if anybody's in need. Cool video game inspired music video. Love that. I was listening to a video game soundtrack recently. Which one was it? Don't know. But as we all know, video game music is perfect to play whenever you need to get tasks done because it's designed to, yeah, Final Fantasy soundtracks. Absolutely. It's. But it's what was my thought? It's designed to help you achieve tasks and goals. I've got a plug in now.
Hey, all, if you don't mind, I may just spotlight folks who are showing their drawings or sketchbooks every now and then, so that may get broadcast. So even the people watching on YouTube and Facebook aren't just staring at our faces, but every now and then they're also seeing the art that we're all producing. And if they're also seeing your faces, that's also wonderful.
See looks of intense concentration. I think, anyways. I mean, I'll take a glance. Yeah, no, they will. Confirmed. Okay, Lauren, Crypt of the Necromancer. Can you elaborate a bit?
Necro Dancer.
Oh, Necro Dancer?
Oh, a stupid autocorrect. It's Crypt of the Necro Dancer.
Okay, all right.
It's this game where you have to like move on the beat.
Okay.
And I don't actually play the game, but it's got perfect just like moving forward music.
Nice. Like kind of like a DDR type of setup, or?
No. It's I don't know what you call it, but you're on a grid and you got to move around the grid.
I see. Trinidad says we are annoying CCA alums. I'm personally not annoyed at all. I feel grateful to be in the company of CCA alums and all
I
of
find
you.
you annoying. Kidding.
Wait, what was that? Who's
that
annoying
was
to you,
me, of course.
Anand? Was that a swipe at me?
Yes, of course. Not CCA alums, just you specifically.
No, just me specifically. No, I'm anybody, please feel free to unseat me from my throne of hosting power.
You're doing a great job, Neil.
Thank you, Anand. But I am curious of if anybody wants to share what they're drawing. Sometimes you can get a little bit of a look. Like right now, we're seeing Harry is doing some lettering, looking great. But you know, we're getting snippets. But it's interesting to know what the mise en scène is. If you got anything particularly cool that you want to share, feel free.
Yeah, I'm working on the credits page for the comic, so I just got to do all the names. I'm doing thumbnails for a drawing, but they're really weak. Unfortunately, I don't have anything like looking nice today to be working on, so it's very just rough pencils.
Well, it's an important step in the process.
Hey, so I normally make zines that are just, like you'd expect. You just fold them in their paper and they're stapled. But I was watching the DC Zine Fest had a bunch of panelists recently. They went virtual too. And they had a bunch of panelists. And one of the panelists was talking about these different books and was showing like different examples of like way to fold paper and to do different zine setups. And so one of the ones that she showed that she did was this setup, like where you cut it from the back and you fold it in, and then you put two different packets here that are like little booklets. And so what I did is after that, I saw this video that was talking about the police response versus this cahoots response to mental health crisis. And so I made one of these. That's what I'm working on putting together today, is I made this and I'm going to cut it right here. And then I'm putting these booklets in. And one booklet's called a crisis response and then one's called a police response. And so it's like, this is what you could have, or if you did things better and you try to do something new in your city, this is what you could do, a crisis response where it's not police, social workers and peers and people not getting shot. So these are then going to go in there in the little pockets that are going to be created by the cut. And I wouldn't ever have thought to do it except for this. This lady gave this really great talk on the DC Zine Fest. I think you can probably find it on YouTube. I think they posted them all there about different types of bookbinding techniques. And she got me excited about trying something new.
That's awesome. That's a great way to, it gives you a lot more pages to work with than just your standard mini comic. And yes, that was DC Zine Fest, correct? Nice. Yes. That the content of your zine, Michelle, the police response versus what a better kind of more crisis intervention response could look like. Reminds me of that great piece from the Nib like a month or more back about reimagining the police. I'm going to find it and share it in the chat. Just, I'm sure many people have already seen it, but it's worth. Yes, Ezra's comic. Yes. Right here. Yeah, I'm gonna do a screen share when I find it. Here we go. Okay. So it's called After the Cops: New Agencies That Serve and Protect by Ezra Clayton Daniels. So Ezra Clayton Daniels is a science fiction cartoonist, and this is a reimagining of what, what police departments could look like, or what would replace them. So there's somebody in uniform here, the mental health department for crisis intervention that's nonviolent and more constructive way. There's the Department of Food Security. This one is my favorite because it's like thinking about like that being like a 911 call to get a box of produce. It'd be awesome. Then there is the Department of Crime Deduction. So it's this is a look at a more inclusive and just less kind of militarized look at what what goes into actually like doing a lot of research and data and taking it away from this lens of having the police always be in charge of that. And then of course, very important right now, the Climate Mitigation Department. Oh man. So yeah, so some really cool drawings. I'm going to share the link so that everybody can look at this at their leisure.
And the San Francisco mayor proposed to create a behavioral health street crisis response team, and is working on trying to get funding. So if you're living in SF, support that.
Yeah, definitely.
So I unfortunately have to run. I got to do some stuff before I go to work. But thank you all for having me for just the hour that I was here. It's nice to see some old faces like Avi and Michaela and Gaia and other homies. So I appreciate it. And thank you, Zine Fest. I'll be checking in on your guys' future events.
Good to see you.
Bye, see you.
Can't wait to see your zines again in the store.
Excellent. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
How do I leave? There we go.
Tana, did you do an ink wash on that lower half?
This is all digital inks with brushes. A couple that I made from textures, and then some that were already in just Procreate.
I'm going to go set up for our 2 p.m. show and tell, and I hope you all tune in to the live stream. See you. Thanks for having this, Neil.
Thanks, Michaela.
Bye, Michaela.
So I'm just going to echo Michelle's comment in the chat. If anybody is feeling chatty, let's share their work. I would love to hear it as well.
My iPad was at 10%, so I wasn't able to work on the thing I was planning on. So when that happens, I just always draw my OC geek, indigenous droid mechanic. But in the future, androids are like so valuable that they have guns strapped all over them, and like when they go haywire, they just start shooting everywhere. So Zeke's job is to like be faster than the robots and like dismantle them. And so I'm just really excited to tell his story, but I'm kind of stuck at this point where I just keep designing the characters and like designing the world, and I'm like, all right, we got to tell the story now, Gaia. Done building worlds now, Gaia. We can tell the story now, Gaia.
Does anybody else have that problem? I feel like I've been there with stories, so you're definitely not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone, Gaia. I originally wanted to just be a concept artist for that reason.
Oh yeah.
I do love a character design.
Hope and Adam are getting ready for show and tell, so thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out.
Actually, we should start kind of ending this.
Start winding down?
Yeah. I
Okay,
mean,
so
you can continue drawing all of that because you can still log in, and all you'll have to do is just log into the show and tell Zoom link and go through there. But you can still do what you're doing. Join us on there, and you can continue the conversations there. Go ahead, Neil. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna bring us to our close of the live stream. However, if everybody is in a good vibe here and they want to keep going, we can certainly keep going. But we do have to close up the live stream. So what I'm going to do is share my screen one last time so that I can just go through what the upcoming events that we have, and then just close it out for everybody who's tuning in. So let's share this here. All right, so the upcoming events, we're going to have the show and tell starting right now, which many have left for already, which is great. So going to have a good group there. Next show and tell coming up after that is going to be tomorrow, also at 2 o'clock. So if you haven't tuned into one of those, certainly, get to know who's some of these zine makers for Zine Fest. That's what it's all about. We're going to have a family-friendly figure drawing session right after that tomorrow at 3 p.m. And then after that, our week two guest of honor, Death P. Sun, going to have the Q&A. So yeah, full schedule tomorrow afternoon. We're keeping it going. So stop the screen share there. Yeah, it's been, as Gaia just said, many talented people in the chat today and in this session. We're so happy to see everybody. This is really fantastic. This is a good group. So like I said, this is where we're going to end it for the live stream. But if you do want to hang out, we'll keep this room open for a little bit. So yeah, thanks everybody.